Hello guys and welcome to my third tutorial about Unreal Engine with C++. So now in this tutorial what we are going to do, I'm gonna show you one example of what we are going to do in this tutorial. So when we hit play, right, we're moving around. Okay, we know that. Okay, so when we press a key, I want to fire, right? I want to fire. So let's try to press a key and we can see that we can now do some crazy like a pistol, so we can fire. I put it in the side so you can see what's going on. So let's do this. So later on we're gonna be changing the code and changing the code until we get like a gun and fire, real-time firing. So let's see how we can do this. Okay, so this is what we have over here. What we have is that when we press, okay, we move around, we have the door over there. When we press the C, the door is going to open. Now we want to be able to fire, so when we press another key, fire. So how we gonna do this? We are going to do the same thing that we did with the door, but we are going to implement a new code. So let's go to my blueprint class. So we have go to contest, blueprint, my avatar, blueprint, and I want to be able to have something that is going to appear over here. So how we can do this? We can do this the next step. We can go to add component and new C++ component, and it's gonna be an actor component or scene component. If you ask yourself, it's gonna be one scene component, because a scene component is a component that has a scene transfer and can be attached to other scene component. So what's the scene component? The scene component is around here, something that we can put it over here. So it's gonna be one scene component. It's not going to be an actor component because we cannot attach it to other scene component. So it's gonna be one scene component. This one cannot be attached. So we do next, and we're gonna put a span component, or you can call however you want. I'm gonna call expand gun, I don't know, something like that. Okay, create class. So we're gonna be able like to it's gonna be like drawing, but it's not really drawing what we were doing in this tutorial, but it's gonna look similar like drawing, because you're gonna have, if you keep pressing the key, you're gonna have a lot of drawing style. So we have right here a span gun. Okay, so what we have to do, let's go to avatar C++. We want to add another input component. So let's go to Unreal Engine, settings, project settings, input, another action mapping. This action mapping is gonna be called gun, okay, or firing. Something like that. To make my life simple, I'm gonna call this gun, okay. Keyboard, and we already put the C key, so this one is gonna be the S. So when we press this key, the S, we're gonna be firing, and when we release the S, we want to be able to. So let's go to avatar.h, and so let's make a void firing, okay, and it's not going to take any parameter. So quick action, create declaration. I think it's going to take a long time, so I'm going to do it by myself. Sometimes we have to be doing everything, as intelligence doesn't help at all when you need them to help you. Okay, void avatar firing, and the next one is going to be called let's call this bool. Let's make another bool variable. So this one, bool get, no, b is b firing, b firing. Okay, and let's record false. You can leave it empty if you want to, but I'm gonna be saying is equal to false, and because it's private, we have to get it and set it up, and I want it like that. So let's put it over here, the next one. Later on we are going to organize our code, but for this tutorial we are just gonna, I don't have a lot of time, so we're gonna be doing this fast as we can. So so let's set this one, void set b firing, okay, and it's going to pass one value. It's going to be bool is firing. That's all. And the next one is gonna be bool, because we are getting get. Let's force inline bool. It's gonna be bool get b firing. It's not taking parameter. So, and we can say the next thing, return b firing. Okay, so up to here everything is good, I think. Okay, we can do the same thing over here. We don't need to make a, over here in the C++ class, we can just force inline and force inline void, and we can say the next thing, the next statement, be firing is equal to whatever pass into is be firing is firing. Okay, so okay, so we have the two statement. If this is true, so I'll pass into the function and we can get a letter O. So everything looks nice. So expect an error y. Okay, I think that everything is good. Okay, so let's go to the function that we have, the function that is called firing. So we want to do the next thing. Let's go first to input component. Input component. So now it's helping me. Print action and I call it over here the next name, the name that I call this. If we're going to input gun, okay, so we have to pass gun into here. Gun e press this and avatar firing. Okay, so when it's pressed, I want to fire, so we can say the next statement. We're gonna set be firing equal to true. Set be firing equal to true. That's all. And let's check if it's working. If get be firing, okay, it's equal to true. So then we can say G engine add on screen the book message 0, float time 10 seconds, F color blue, and the message that is going to be firing, and that's all. And so if everything is working correctly, we're gonna have the next thing. Let's try to compile. I think that we have everything set up already. So the only thing that I have to set up is when it's released. When it's released, it's really easy. You don't have to do a lot of code. Okay, so let's play. So we press play, everything is good. So we press the S firing. Alright, everything is good firing. So let's go again over here. So we want to make another statement. So the next statement is gonna be when the S is released. The S, so when we press, okay, it's firing, and when we release, we want to be able to tell the the player, okay, we release the baron, so we want to stop firing. Okay, so this one is gonna be the next one. We have to make another void release firing. I'm gonna be calling the another one like that. Okay, so let's put this one in work. So B and avatar and then the next statement is gonna be, instead of set b firing equal to true, we're gonna have to set it up this to equal to false. So we call set b firing equal to false, because we are not firing anymore. So it's gonna be equal to false. And if G, we're gonna have to get this, get B firing right now is equal to false when we are not pressing the button. And let's get this is because we don't want to write the whole code again and again. And 5 release. Okay, so this is simple. We are not doing anything new over here, and we can go over here and just add input component. Let's get this and put it over here, and instead that is press, I don't want you to say that is press, IE release. So when it's released, I want you to get the next function, this function R firing. So now we are saying equal to false. Okay, so compile complete. So let's press play. We are in the game, we press firing. What happened is not saying release firing. Okay, so let's see if it's working. Let's go to code again, and instead of saying GNG add-on script debug message, we are going to say the next statement. Then we want to see it. Let's see it from the output log. So in order to see it from the output log, you have to add the next one. I think it's you add log Unreal Engineer log. Okay, log temp warning test firing release. Okay, and that's gonna be all. So let's check. Let's check again. So compile. What is this input component? Let's press play. Let's see what happened. So when we press the S firing, let's see if we have the message over here in the output log. So we don't have it. In line 30, warning, declaration of input component, hide class member. Hide class member. Let's see what happened. Firing, release, gun, this, air firing. So let's see over here. Oh, that's because right now we said that it's equal to false. So if it's equal to false, it's not supposed to tell me when the you log warning. So we have to say if it's not equal, as long as it's not equal to false. So what I'm saying over here is not equal to false, but it's true, it's equal to false, so it's going to change the statement and it's going to say okay, so it's true. So let's try again so you can know what I'm talking about. So if we press C, we release the C value, and we can see over here, right over here, firing, release, firing, release, firing, release. Okay, so how we can see the output log? We can see over here in the developer tools, we can see the output log over here. So now okay, so I think that I'm going to leave this video over here because the video is getting longer, and I'm going to make the video, the another one, for tomorrow. So you're gonna have 2 videos